is crappy outside. When I say crappy, I mean crappy. Like, I was leaving work, and um, my friend Chad and I were walking out the door, and uh, we were just talking, and he was like, "Man, it's starting to come down out there," and I was like, "Yeah, it is." So I get in my car. I'm sorry, don't get in my car. I walk outside with him, and I mean, the bottom just fell out. Just, I mean, completely fell out. I'm talking about, and I'm like, holy crap. And a bunch of us are standing underneath the awning, and then it starts kind of swinging back because the wind starts picking up. So we all go inside and watch it from inside. We all pull out our phones and we're looking at the weather. We have a pretty affluential, I guess, weather guy around here at our TV station, and he's known for getting on TV during bad weather and talking and stuff. And uh, Chad pulled up his phone and he was like, "Oh my gosh!" He's like, "Look," and we were like, literally, like it was like magenta. I mean, it was dark, which means something bad was going on. So we were like, wow, okay, something's really bad. I was like, do we know? So our entire facility is pretty much fortified to where it's almost like a massive like tornado shelter. And so but we also have our primary tornado shelter, which is a big, massive vault. And I was like, do we need to go get in the vault? And they were like, he was like, I mean, not right now. So we were looking out, and I mean, it was just like you couldn't see. It was so bad. So I was like, oh, the TV's on in the break room. Let's go check it out because I bet Matt's on. And so we went and watched, and Matt was on, and he was talking. He was talking about our area, and I want to say he said it was a tornado warning. I don't know if it was a tornado warning or a severe storm. I can't. We got in on the tail end of it. Anywho, um, so we were sitting there like, oh my gosh, this is really bad. So it finally subsides, and we get in our cars and we leave. Well, I go. My mom asked me to stop by her house, and what's up, man? I'm talking about all the bad weather coming through. We I had to leave work late because of the weather, and we actually thought we were gonna have to run to the tornado shelter for a hot minute, and then went to then we left, and then I was going to go to my parents' house, and about that time, a cop. Uh, uh, I was like, "Is this cop pulling me over?" And he had flashed his lights and stuff, and it was coming at me, and I was like, "Okay." No, he was on my parents' road. My mom asked me to stop by the house, and he was on my parents' road, and he kind of like uh, blocked the road, and I was like, something must be going down that road. So I was like, okay. I was like, well, so I go the back way to my parents' house, and there's three ways to get to my parents' house. There's the easy way, the back way from my house, or there's the farm dirt road, which is between me and my parents' house. It takes like 30 seconds to get there. So I decided to not risk that because it had been raining so bad, and decided to go to just the back way. So I went the back way. It's a little longer, and went that way, and then I didn't see anything, no issues. I mean, there was debris everywhere, limbs, everything. And I was like, okay. So I was like, no big deal. So I go, and my mom gave me what she needed to give me and just some stuff. And I was like, all right. I was like, all right, well, I said, I see cars going the other way where I was trying to come from. I guess it's clear. No, it was not. A massive tree was over the road, right past the railroad tracks. And I mean, it was massive. And so for it to fall, something to fall down like that, I sent the picture to some of my friends from work that we were all hanging out. And they were like, oh my gosh. I was like, I know. I said, that's a lot of, that's a massive tree. And I mean, it was super windy. I'm thinking they're going to say it's straight line winds, but I'm wondering if it wasn't something else because it's, I mean, it was pretty crazy at one point. But I mean, I was in the safest place I could be. I was worried about my dogs, but they're fine. They're actually outside right now. I'm kind of keeping an eye on the weather because we're supposed to be getting some more severe storms tonight. I'm kind of keeping an eye on the weather, and yes, I'm having a drink because my nerves are shot because I hate this kind of weather. just because you don't know, it can change. Like if you're in a severe thunderstorm, it can literally turn into a tornado super fast. And I mean, it's not necessarily that the tornado is going to just drop out of the sky. There should be at least some rotation that it can detect. However, how quick it drops is a different story. So I mean, it could detect rotation and then it just pulls to the ground. So you just never know. So it's a scary thing. So but that's the joys of living in the tornado alley. It gets about this time of year, it gets kind of rough. It's gonna die down here soon though, just because it's starting to hit summer. But during like March through May is when it's real bad, and we usually get the worst tornadoes during that time. Usually April is our worst month. We usually have some of the most severe storms and tornadoes, massive tornadoes and stuff during that month. So, but that's what's going on here. Just been hanging out, been busy, trying to get stuff done. Been busy, busy, busy at work. Kind of wish I would have taken some paperwork home tonight, but I shouldn't because I did last night, and it was so funny because my boss was like, she walked in my office, she goes, "Wow." She looks at my desk. She goes, "I've never seen your desk this." She goes, "I haven't seen your desk this messy in a long time." I was like, "Yeah, I've got new hire paperwork everywhere we've hired." 2, 8. We've hired at least 11 or 12 this week. Yeah, are they killing it? Well, it means because nobody wants to work. That's my big issue. I work in HR and I recruit. I mean, it's terrible. It's so hard. We normally only do one orientation a week, but we're hurting so bad for people right now. I'm doing, uh, this is the first week that if their background stuff checked out and all their physicals and their drug tests were in, I just start them the next day. And that's what I've gotten to where to do. And yeah, and I have 2 temps starting tomorrow. But we normally try to do full time, but we're so busy, we're having to go through a temp service. And yeah. But it's not because of our turnover. We have a very low turnover. If you don't, if minus the temps, I mean, we go through a lot of temps, but it's because they either don't show up again. Well, no, we don't really have many that don't show up again. They're just kind of like, we're for a manufacturing facility, we're like, we are too. We really are too. Having people like our average tenure where I work is 25 years, and we're having people. Well, it's mainly retiring. We've had just one just quit. Well, I don't know if it was a retirement. It might have been a retirement. I think he called it a retirement, and it was 25 years. But then he reapplied for a position. Anyways, but it's stuff like that. Attendance, because they have issues and they can't help it. What else? But as far as our turnover, it's not that high. But our problem is kind of a good problem, but at the same time, it's a bad problem to have right now. Is that we are in material handling, and our business has never been better. Like I'm talking about, we are having a record year. In February we had a record month of 12 million. Our sales team is murdering it. Our light industry normally does like 100,000 like a month or something. They've been doing like 300,000 a month. It's good. Well, thank you. It's good to hear from you. I've been kind of not really laying low, just been kind of like doing my own thing, kind of chilling. It's been a weird couple of weeks. Things have just kind of I feel like they're kind of like yeah, I've been on and off. I've been trying to get back into streaming, but I've been kind of like doing my own thing. The last few weeks have been quite interesting for me, but it's finally starting to feel like I think get back to normal. I feel like it's trying to finally getting back to normal. I'm hoping It is, because right now I don't need any more curveballs. I'm hoping it's no more curveballs, but it's starting to get to where it's a little least in, where I'm anxious, which reminds me, give me 1 second. Sorry, there's my ceiling.